All right, well, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us for our latest edition in IACAC's Virtual College Exploration Series. My name is Scott Lilly. I'm a counselor at Glenbard East High School out in the western suburbs of Chicago and Lombard. We're about 20 miles west of Chicago. And I have the distinct honor to welcome you into tonight's presentation from St. Norbert. One of the hidden gems that, well, I don't want to blow their thunder. Kat will do a great job telling you all you want to know about it. But before we get into them, I just want to give you a couple housekeeping notes here. First of all, I want to let you know that you can ask a question throughout the presentation. Our panelists will be watching the Q&A, so that is live. Feel free if at any point you got a question, you want something clarified, go ahead and jump in there, put your question in there. They'll get back to you on that one. But the reason that's open is because your camera and your microphone will remain off the whole time. So again, any questions, pop in the Q&A. I also want to remind you that this session is just one of many that the Illinois Association of College Admissions Counseling is offering. We've been at this for a few weeks now. So I'd encourage you after this session to head back to IACAC's website and sign up to either see some more future sessions or go back and review some of the great ones we've already done over the past couple of weeks. And again, this one will be recorded. So if you miss anything tonight, no problem, you'll be able to go back and get it. Or if you talk to a friend who missed tonight, make sure you share this resource with them as well. So that's enough of me because I'm not that excited to watch. I'm going to let you meet our presenters tonight. Starting off with Kat, she's going to take you through a little bit about what to expect when you take a look at St. Norbert College.
Thanks, Scott. Hi, everyone. My name is Catherine Hankamp. I am actually the Chicago Regional for St. Norbert and half of what we call our Team Chicago in our office. I'm also an alum and originally from the western suburbs of Chicago, so I always love working with our students from Illinois. Today, we're going to talk about some of the general information about St. Norbert, and you're really going to get a chance to learn more about our school from one of our recent alumni and some of our current students. So I'm going to turn it over to Cabrini to introduce herself and kind of start our students, introduce our students, and then we'll get started.
Thank you, Kat. My name is Cabrini Jablon. I'm part 2 of Team Chicago, and I work with the students from the western side of the state as well as the southern Chicago area. And I'm located in De Pere, Wisconsin. So if you have an opportunity to come visit campus, I most likely will be the one you'd be meeting with. And today we have our alum, Ari. She's a recent St. Norbert grad from the education department. She's currently teaching in Palatine, Illinois. Mitch Gray, who is a current student and a student athlete playing for our football team. And Andrea, who is very involved in a lot of different campus organizations and a political science major. So you'll get to hear a little bit more about their St. Norbert experience later on in our presentation.
Thanks, Cabrini. I'm going to start a little bit about some of our fast facts. So if you were to meet us at an actual college fair in person, which believe it or not, I miss those extremely a lot. So these are some of our quick facts that you learn quickly about our school. First, we are located in De Pere, Wisconsin. We're just 3 hours north of the Chicagoland area. So you can see a beautiful waterfront campus. We're a suburb of Green Bay, so it's really the best of both worlds for our students. You have a quiet waterfront suburban campus, but then a downtown area of Green Bay, which is the 3rd largest city in Wisconsin, just 10 minutes from campus. So there's a lot to do, and we'll definitely talk more about our area in a minute. There are 2,000 students that call St. Norbert College their home, and we're a very traditional college campus. So 98% of our students actually live on campus all 4 years, from their freshman year through their senior year, in every type from traditional resident halls all the way to apartments, townhouses, or actual homes that the school does own. So you get that experience to walk a little bit to campus, and so about 2 blocks away, but you get a chance to have a really tight-knit community. And that is something you're going to learn a lot about during our presentation today. We've done about $150 million in renovations in the past 12 years. So campus is actually even better than it was when I was a student. So you're welcome for leaving it in a little bit better condition. But all of our donations, all of the donations we received have gone straight into these facilities. So nothing has actually been built on the backs of tuition. All of our facilities have been built from private donations. One of our recent renovations was to our cafeteria, which our students will explain how great our food is. We're actually ranked #1 in Wisconsin Wisconsin and number 4 in the nation for best college campus food. Our athletic facilities, both indoor and outdoor, have been recently renovated. And probably our biggest renovation to date is our Science Center. So our Gail Mulva Science Center undertook a $45 million renovation. And as part of that, we partnered with the Medical College of Wisconsin to have their satellite campus on our campus. So we're actually the only small liberal arts college in the country with a medical school right on campus. And we'll talk more about academics, but if you're getting my drift, that's a pretty big area for us too. There are over 100 clubs and organizations to belong to. Our students are very active because they are on campus. It creates, again, that culture that we do have. They're active studying abroad, and there's over 80 programs to choose from. Our goal at St. Norbert is to really get you and have a wonderful experience, learn and become a well-rounded individual, but also graduate in 4 years. But probably one of the key components, and I'm going to turn it over to Cabrini to talk more about our guiding traditions and what it means to be a Norbertine college.
Yes, so Norbertine, Catholic, and liberal arts are our 3 traditions that we think make St. Norbert unique and different. So being a liberal arts college, your curriculum, a third of your curriculum will focus on those key skill sets that are going to benefit you no matter what you do in life. So we want to make sure you're focused on critical thinking, you know how to be a strong problem solver, strong written and oral communication skills, that you think about what you do and how that relates to a diverse world, and the importance of civic engagement, which obviously right now is a great time to be talking about that. So you're going to take a third of your coursework that's really going to help you with these key skill sets that are going to benefit you no matter what your major or career or wherever you land in life. We think that's really, really important. And then being a Catholic Norbertine school, we focus on things like radical hospitality, how to be a good neighbor, how to be good to the people in the community in which you live. The Norbertine orders, the order of priests that founded St. Norbert back in the 1800s and are still active on campus today. And how we live out the Norbertine Catholic values on campus is often through service. So service is a really big part of the St. Norbert experience, and our students will be able to talk more about that a little bit later in the presentation. So again, these 3 things are what we think makes St. Norbert special, and we hope you have the opportunity to visit campus and experience this for yourself.
So of course, academics are a huge part of your experience on campus, and you're going to learn strictly from faculty at St. Norbert. Our faculty teach all of their courses. They have a very big undergraduate focus. So unlike large research institutions where faculty may be focused more on their research, our faculty are really focused on their students. They're going to be the ones teaching their classes. 98% of them have the highest degree in their field, so a lot of experience and a lot of networking opportunities that they have. And one of the big key things is that we talk a lot about those relationships our students build with their faculty during their 4 years. That really starts in the classroom. Our average class size is around 19. The largest class you'll see is probably around 30. And when I was a student, the smallest class I had was about 8. So you'll see that range, but the big goal is that you're going to have that relationship you build with those faculty members. Easy to raise your hand, ask a question, but then you're also able to meet with them outside of the classroom. They have office hours that are available for you. They might meet you for coffee at a coffee shop that's near campus, and just really make sure you're doing well. They are really invested in you as an individual, other than just grading papers and teaching you. They're there for academic support as well. So like I said, you do have their office hours you can utilize, but if it goes beyond that, we have our academic support service and accessibility office. So they work with students who have an IEP or 504 plan in high school and want to continue that in college, but also to be able to help you if you need a tutor in a course or anything like that. The faculty are also part of our academic advising. And this is really another key point of our 4-year graduation guarantee, is that every student is assigned an academic advisor that is a faculty member that's a part of their department. So depending upon your major, you're going to actually have a faculty member that you are going to have class with, but then also meet with every semester. We have academic advising days where we cancel classes and you are required to meet with your faculty advisor to talk about what that next semester is going to look like, what that next year is going to look like for you, and really lay out a 4-year plan. They have conversations with you about what your life goals are, what you plan to do after graduation, and how to get you there. So there's a real sense of care and nurturing through that full process. So that's one of the things that we think is really great with St. Norbert, is you do have that relationship with your faculty. We have over 80 majors to choose from. I'm obviously not going to go into all of these, but some of our more popular programs tend to be our sciences, our pre-professional tracks that we do have, our business program, which is actually what St. Norbert College started as a business school, our communications and media studies, our education, and political science is another one of our popular ones too. So those are some of our more popular programs. Our newest addition to our majors is actually our data analytics. That is a combination of 3 programs, our computer science, our mathematics, and our business. And that program is really looking at how to collect data, what to do with that data and understand that data, and then how do you put that into a business sense. So one of our newer programs that we did get on campus in this past year. So we're always innovating and adding new programs to St. Norbert. We have some unique offerings as well. If you are used to a rigorous course load, so AP and honors courses, you have the ability to continue into an honors program at St. Norbert. You have a living learning community that you're in. So I always say a community within a community of like-minded students who are used to that academic rigor. And unlike in high school where you take multiple AP and honors courses, you're really going to focus more on one course per semester that's at the honors level. It is going to be a little bit more rigorous for you, but it's a really great experience from the students that are involved in it. It does require a separate application for that program. Collaborative research is something that is really big on campus. Our faculty not only are teaching, but also involved in research. And as a student, as an incoming freshman through your senior year, you have the opportunity to work with our faculty in that research. There are ways that you are able to go and present at conferences with them. You're going into the field with them. And when they're publishing their papers, you're also being a part of that as well. So it's a great way for you to gain some experience outside of the classroom, but also be able to develop your resume as well for that next step that you're looking into. Our Washington, D.C. semester is pretty unique because it's really designed for our communications and media studies students, as well as our political science students, to spend a semester kind of studying abroad. Obviously, in Washington, D.C., you're not really abroad, but you're spending a semester at American University and you're taking courses, but also you're immersed in the culture of an internship. So that internship is really then related to your field of study. Some of our students have worked at SiriusXM Radio, CNN, and even working with some senators in Washington, D.C. So a great experience for students who are looking at that. We'll definitely talk a little bit more about study abroad later too. We have some academic partnerships, and we're definitely proud of these because all of these institutions have actually reached out to St. Norbert to create these partnerships. We've sent students onto their schools and they've done so well that they've decided to start these partnerships with us. So our public health program is with Rush University. Our pre-law is a 3+3 program with Marquette University, so a year less for you to graduate and have a law degree. Our direct admit pharmacy program is with the Medical College of Wisconsin. Our PA, PT, and OT programs are with Concordia University, Wisconsin. And then we also have our business and economics, a 4+1 program with Marquette University. So definitely, if you are interested in any of these, we encourage you to reach out to Cabrini or I. We'd love to have a longer conversation about these programs so you can learn a little bit more and see how if you qualify to apply for any of those. But it's really not just about academics. Campus life plays a huge role in your experience, and I'll turn it over to Cabrini to talk a little bit more about that.
Yes, getting involved on campus is the greatest predictor of success in college. So we highly recommend getting involved in over one of our 100 organizations on campus: athletics, music, theater, student government. We have fraternities and sororities on campus. We have a wide variety of multicultural and ethnic organizations. Proud to be First is one of our new groups on campus that celebrates students that are first in their family to go to college, and they provide a lot of mentorship and opportunities to engage with faculty and staff who are first in their family to go to college. We have our STAR program, which is geared for both students that are first generation as well as students of color to help get acclimated to the college experience and create that family within a family at St. Norbert College. We have music and theater and all kinds of special interest groups that really vary with the times and based on student interest. And if we don't have the club or group you're interested in, we'll help you start your own organization. We also have a vibrant campus life through our residential educational opportunities. So the majority of our students do live in campus housing all 4 years. Your first year, you'd be in a more traditional residence hall. 2 students to a room, 20 to 30 people on a floor. Sophomore and junior year, you're in more of a suite style or apartment style living. And then by senior year, you'd be living in a campus owned house, which are traditional regular houses within a block or two of campus. So you're off campus with your friends, but still under the safety net and umbrella of college as the landlord. We, as already mentioned, have excellent food on campus. For students who have allergies or need a special diet, you can work with our dietitian. We have a special allergy station that's gluten-free and kind of made to order food. We have a sushi bar that was new last year implemented, that's really fun and exciting. And believe me, you will not go hungry at St. Norbert College.
Athletics can also be another big experience that you can have at St. Norbert, whether you play sports in high school and want to continue at St. Norbert, or you just want to be a spectator. We always encourage your involvement in having a lot of Green Knight pride, as we call it. So we are Division III athletics. We have over 23 varsity sports, everything from swimming, cross country, football on there. And we're really big with hockey. We've won 5 national championships at the Division III level. So if you're a Blackhawks fan and like that, you're really going to enjoy going to some hockey games on campus. But about 1/5 of our students are athletes on campus. You're going to hear from one later today, and they have a wonderful time working with their coaches and having a really family experience on campus with that. Some of the highlights with our athletes too is that we've actually changed conferences. One thing that's nice is now that you're going to be a little bit closer to home for our athletes. And I say home both on campus, but also when they're traveling, because here a lot of our teams we're going to be playing are going to be located in the Chicagoland area. So you're going to be able as an athlete to have a lot more of your family and friends there to support you. If you don't want to play on any of our D3 teams, you're also able to compete in any of our intramural athletics. There are a lot to join, and they're always popping up with new ones. I know dodgeball's always been very popular, basketball, flag football. So there's a number of ways that you can continue to be active on campus, and we have some club sports as well. This is definitely a highlight on campus. It's our new Mulva Family Fitness Sport and Sports Center. It was recently renovated about 2 years ago. As you can see, we have a new pool on campus. I love calling it our infinity pool because the glass overlooks the Fox River and you can look right out onto the water, which is beautiful. You can see our president diving in and taking the first dip in our pool in the top right. But this is something that our students really, enjoy on campus. It's not just for our athletes, it really is for all students on campus. There's 2 workout facilities that you can go into in there and lift weights, run, use ellipticals as a student. And then there's also one specifically for our teams to utilize together. And also in this facility, we have our nurses, our health services. So if you aren't feeling well, they've also been very instrumental in our COVID-19 policies on campus. They're there to kind of support you and make sure that you are feeling well and see you that way. Also, part of this facility is our counseling department. So if things aren't going well and you want to talk with a professional, you have the ability to utilize a professional, counselor on campus, all free for you to use as a student. Now, one of my other favorite topics to talk about is study abroad, because I actually went to London when I was a junior at St. Norbert. And I kind of joke that it was my favorite semester at St. Norbert, even though I wasn't even on campus. Studying abroad is one of those things that really is a great opportunity. You learn so much about yourself and you get to travel and really just have this life experience. It's also the only time in life where you're not tied down to anything. So you can go away for a few months and come back and join back into life. So at St. Norbert, 30% of our students go abroad every year, obviously in a traditional year. And we hope we'll get back to this, and maybe even more students will consider going abroad after not being able to travel internationally. But we have 75 different programs for you to choose from. Everything from full immersion language programs where you're living with a host family and taking classes in a language, to having an internship and taking courses. If a full semester is really not up your alley and you want to just still have the opportunity to travel, we also have what are called our global seminars. So some of our students will go during a J term, so that time between our fall and our spring semester, where you can go for 2 to 3 weeks, or again after the spring semester ends. It's faculty led and you're doing a specific study in a particular area. So those continually change throughout the year. One of the benefits to our study abroad is that our students will stay on track to graduate in 4 years. All of your credit is pre-approved before you leave the campus. So you know that you'll stay on track to graduate, but also all of your scholarships and funding go with you when you're abroad as well. So if you're not thinking of studying abroad, we hope it's something you consider when you get to St. Norbert.
And we live in a great location in De Pere. As Kat mentioned before, we're located on the Fox River, beautiful outdoor trails, so much to do within walking distance of campus, coffee shops and restaurants and boutiques and farmers markets and things along those lines, but with the safety of a small town. And then, as mentioned, we have Green Bay, which is just up the street a few blocks, and we have even more shopping and music and theater opportunities. And what's really important about our location is the internship opportunities, because we have such great brand power in De Pere and Green Bay, and there's not a lot of other schools competing for these internship opportunities, which means that they pay quite well. So our internship experiences in the De Pere Green Bay community typically pay upwards of $15 to $18 an hour or more, specifically for those more business-focused internships. You can see some of the companies we work with on a regular basis. Schneider, the big orange trucking company, Schreiber Foods that does the cheese for McDonald's and Subway. Alta down in the Chicagoland area is a big proponent of St. Norbert. Current students and alumni, both interning and then hiring them on for professional employment. And our students can work with our Office of Career and Professional Development all 4 years as well as beyond. So they'd have access to our development office for life, which can help with resume building, graduate school applications, and any support and guidance through their internship experience, and just really helping bring it all together to create that 4-year plan to ensure they're in the best position possible for after St. Norbert.
Sorry. As far as the admission process goes, St. Norbert does have a rolling admissions policy. We have you apply either through the Common App, which you can fill out once and submit to over 750 different colleges and universities, or you can fill out our own web application. We don't have a preference. They're both going to give us the same information. We need your high school transcripts that are going to show through your junior year. And then this year for fall 2021 applicants, we are test optional. Because we have gone test optional, we definitely encourage students to submit their letter of recommendation from a teacher or a counselor, a personal statement so we can get to know a little bit more about you, and a resume if you can. Once you submit your application, between 2 to 4 weeks is when you actually receive your admissions decision. And when you receive your admission decision, you're also going to be notified of a merit scholarship. Those range from $15,000 to $24,000 per year and are automatically awarded at that time of acceptance. We also have some additional scholarships you can apply to, from our Multicultural Leadership Award all the way to our research fellowships. So you're able to start that research right away. And these are ones that we are going to encourage you to apply to based off that information we find out on your application when you do apply. With affordability, over 97% of our students are receiving aid, and part of that is coming from that FAFSA. So filing that October 1st of your senior year, so for seniors, hopefully by now you've started that, we'll take that information in our financial aid office and create a whole comprehensive award that's going to look at institutional grants, federal grants, as well as loans and work study that you might be eligible for. Our awards typically go out around mid-December, so you can expect to talk with Cabrini or I around then once that award is available.
So most importantly, all this builds up to the results of a St. Norbert education. Majority of our students who start at St. Norbert stay at St. Norbert and graduate from St. Norbert. So we have a very high retention rate, one of the highest graduation rates in the state of Wisconsin. And many of our students are even able to graduate in under 4 years because they're coming in with AP or college credit coursework. Something that we're really excited about is actually our loan default rate has now dropped to 1%. And that's something that's really important. Our students are able to get jobs and pay back those student loans right away, which is a key factor for your success in life. So if you're utilizing the resources available to you on campus through our Career and Professional Development Office, your professors, your academic advisors, there's no reason why you won't have a job or graduate school acceptance prior to graduation. And Ari is a great advocate and a great support of that process. Ari, do you want to share a little bit about yourself and your how career and professional development helped you get your first job?
Absolutely. Thanks, Cabrini. So my name is Ari. You can see a couple of pictures and a little bit about me on this slide. I graduated in 2020, this past May, as an elementary education major with a minor in language arts. I was involved on campus in Alpha Xi Delta, a sorority, and the Aspiring Educators Club. Um, and I'm currently a third grade teacher in Palatine District 15. So I've had some great experiences over the past a little over 4 years now at St. Norbert. And anywhere on the campus, whether I was in classes, outside of class, in my um, extracurricular involvement, I was always making great connections. So no matter who I was with, whether it was professors or friends, mentors outside of the academic setting, I was always making these really, fabulous connections and networking to then set me up for success after college. So one of the things that I'm really proud to say is that I was able to graduate in 2020 with the really truly proper tools and skills to be able to go out into the real world, which was also a COVID world. I went to St. Norbert in a pre-COVID setting. And because of all of the amazing professors and mentors on the campus, they were able to set me up for success when I was a senior in the middle of a pandemic, not sure where I was going post graduation, where was this going to lead me? Very proud to say that I actually had a job before my graduation day, which was May 17th. So I had had interviews and accepted a teaching position before I actually graduated, which is something that I think is really telling of the college. Through my extensive experiences out in the field, starting right away as a freshman, and resources at the College and Career Center, I was really able to build that resume, as Cabrini mentioned. I was using the resources on campus that really allowed me to network professionally outside of just the faculty at St. Norbert. Um, I went out into the professional world having those real life connections and networking experiences starting freshman year. And then was able to be in the classroom all 4 years at St. Norbert. And that really built my resume and built my experience to be able to be successful as a teacher right out of college. And one of the great things about St. Norbert specifically is their dual certification program. So anything I was doing in De Pere, Wisconsin, I knew was going to set me up for success in Chicago. So I was able to be certified as a teacher in Wisconsin and get a really easy dual certification in Illinois as well, post-graduation. Um, Overall, very, content and so happy after graduation, looking back on the past 4 years from how St. Norbert set me up to not only be a teacher, but just a member of my community.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Andrea, do you want to tell us a little bit about your St. Norbert experience?
Yes, so I am a sophomore here at St. Norbert, and I'm from the south side of Chicago. And I am involved in a lot of things. CC Hams, which is a social group, Latino Student Union, which is one of our multicultural groups, but anybody can join. Student Government Association, where we meet once or twice a week to talk about issues going on in the school and ways that we can help students, from talking from students to administration or other faculty. And I'm a STAR mentor, which is a mentor for students of color, and then a Moment in Magic, which is a new club we have on campus to visit hospitals or do personal visits to children who are sick or have some sort of illnesses, and we dress up as their favorite characters. So I am involved in a lot in school. But I know Ariana talked about how good of an opportunity she got, like through St. Norbert, like right after graduation. And something that I wanted to talk about is that, like, I am a sophomore in college, but one of my professors actually got me an interview with a national news organization. So, I mean, this is something not just local, like it's national, anybody can see this. And I'm a political science major, and they asked me questions about the election, things like that, and getting that as a sophomore and like having that on such a wide platform. I think that's awesome for St. Norbert. I mean, if you were to go to another big school such as Madison, like most likely you wouldn't get as many opportunities as such as like a job, right before you graduate or a really good interview. So I personally love St. Norbert. I have so many great opportunities through faculty, friends, staff, things like that. And I just really like it here.
Thank you so much. And next up is Mitch Gray, one of our student athletes.
Hi, yeah, I'm Mitch. I'm from New Lenox, Illinois. I went to Providence Catholic High School, and my major is chemistry, and I'm involved in football, as you heard earlier, and the honors program, trips, AMSA, which is an American Medical Student Association, which is a club that they offer here because my future goal is to hopefully become an anesthesiologist, and I need to get into med school. So got an MCAT coming up as well. But as everyone was saying, the college here really sets you up for your future because all the professors here really want to help you and want to make sure that you're successful in the future. So everyone here is very understanding. Always are trying to look out for you. Like I've gotten internship emails and opportunities, hopefully for the summer, being a part of the science community here. And being a part of the honors program also has been very great experience here because as Cabrini stated earlier, like I'm a part of another community of people along with like some of my friends. Like I've made friends within the honors community and also outside of that community. So that's another great opportunity to be able to meet people. And being a part of football also is a very, very good experience here because it gives some time away from classes, and it's very doable to balance your schedule between being in a sport and being in class. It's just all about time management, and that's a very big factor, but it's definitely doable, especially coming from me, which I'm a chem major, which is a little more challenging, but it's definitely doable.
Mitch, can you talk a little bit about what TRIPS means and your trip experience?
Yes, TRIPS is a service program, and it's a club here. So it's turning response. It's a club where we go out and do service in the community. So this past year, I actually went up to Children's Lavonner Children's Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. So that was a really nice experience, especially before COVID, to be able to help out with patients there. We got to play with some of the kids there, help feed the homeless. And it was also a way to, again, meet more people. That's part of, like, I'm part of a lot of extracurriculars, and that's a way that I got to meet a lot of people, was being involved in a lot of clubs. So now this year, just because of COVID, we have to stay a little more local, but even in the pandemic, we're still finding ways to help other people. So we're going to stick in the Green Bay area this year to help out in the community.
Great, thank you. So at this point, we'd like to definitely open it up for questions. As you can see, Catherine and my contact information. We would love for you to come up and visit campus. We are currently open for tours and will continue to be so for quite a while now, fingers crossed anyway. But you can come visit anytime and call, email, text either Kat or I, and we'd be happy to speak with you about your next steps to enroll at St. Norbert College. And then our next questions that I start seeing come in. Ari, do you want to talk a little bit more about how you chose St. Norbert to begin with?
Definitely. So I actually, I had heard so many great things just in high school about the education program at St. Norbert College. I had had family members who went to the college and just kind of, invited me for casual tours here and there. And then actually really started to get excited as a senior. Well, more so a junior in high school, just about the really the intimate size of the community. I really wanted to go somewhere where I was going to feel really connected to the faculty and to other students, kind of have those more intimate relationships, have experiences that maybe I wouldn't have at a larger university. So kind of after tours and networking with current students and professors on campus, I really decided that St. Norbert was the right place for me. I would be able to confidently put myself out there and really grow as an individual. So that's how I decided on St. Norbert, and I stayed for all of those reasons also.
And if I recall correctly, you were the first person accepted and deposited for your class at St. Norbert College, which is awesome.
That's a great fun fact. I'm not surprised. My love for St. Norbert's been since the beginning.
And Andrea, what about you? Can you tell us a little bit about your college process and how you landed at St. Norbert? Oh, you're on mute.
My mic was off. So kind of similar to Ariana, in high school, I really did like having those relationships with faculty and staff. I mean, I love talking to them. I mean, it was always a great part of my day in high school. And again, like Ariana, like I really was fond of the idea about like small class sizes, like being able to be taught by actual professionals, not TAs, being able to talk to them during office hours online over Zoom. And when I got here, I mean, I got relationships with my teacher like extremely quickly. I mean, it was very easy to participate in class. It made it better for me to learn, better for me to understand material, better for me to get to know the teachers better. And that's my favorite part of it, kind of just like Ariana, and I've loved it here ever since, because I still am able to talk to all those teachers. I mean, sometimes I just go to office hours to just talk about movies, music, things like that. I mean, I see them as friends, which I really love.
Mitch, can you talk a little bit about the student athlete experience and how hard it is to balance athletics and college and being a science student?
Yeah, definitely can. So I've been a part of the football team for 3 years now, and being a chem major, you definitely have to make sure you allot your time throughout the day to study a little bit throughout the day. And then I typically have practice right after school, so I'll study throughout the day, then I'll go to practice and then come back and do some more homework and definitely and eat too. So that's my typical during the week, and then on the weekends I travel. So doing that, I have to make sure that you got to make sure that you kind of allot your time again throughout the week, just to kind of chip away at your assignments. And by that time, or by then, you definitely are prepared for the weekend, because if you travel, then it's like a little bit away from school. So there's that.
Great, thank you. My favorite question, what's your favorite meal in the cafeteria? Ari, what do you miss?
My mind goes to chicken dipper sandwiches. That was always a favorite of mine. So many sauce options to choose from, just a classic pick overall. That's my favorite.
That's mine too. What about you, Andrea?
I would probably have to be the gorditas. You could pick from like chicken or beef, and then you have like toppings like jalapenos, guac. You put in as much guac as you want, salsa, black olives. That's one's my favorite.
Mitch?
I'm probably going to have to go with the meal that we have once a year, which is our Thanksgiving dinner. I love getting our turkey during the year because that's really good and something to look forward to every single year. So that's really.
Can you talk a little bit more about what that looks like?
Yeah, so we open up our cafeteria to the community. So a bunch of the De Pere area families come in, and you're able to come with your family and have a Thanksgiving meal in the caf. So they have let's see, turkey, mashed potatoes, corn, gravy, corn stuffing, anything, pumpkin pie.
There's a lot of pie.
There's a lot of pie. Yeah, it's really, really good. It's a very nice meal.
Kat, what's your favorite caf food?
You know, I used to love the popcorn chicken, but recently my favorite is the turkey shawarma, where it's shaved turkey on a warm pita, and you have that tzatziki sauce. It's delicious. So I love that when I come up to campus. I'm always excited. Sometimes I pick my travel days based around that.
Okay, students, talk a little bit about your like weekends. How do you spend your weekends? What is there to do on campus? Favorite thing to do either in De Pere or in the on campus? Mitch, you want to start us off?
Sure. So on the weekends, I typically hang out with my friends here around the house, or we end up going out to eat. There's a lot of food to eat around here, especially on Oneida Street, which is a little bit outside of campus. If you have a car or one of your friends do, you can carpool with them and definitely take a drive down there because there is a lot to eat. And um, also, sometimes we'll go to the movies. Well, it's been a little hard to do that right now, but in a typical school year, yeah, we go to movies, and sometimes we like to try fishing too.
Andrea, do you have a favorite thing to do in De Pere or on campus?
Yeah, so on campus, what the multicultural student services do, which anyone is able to join, is that even like with the pandemic, we had movie nights, we had tamale nights, and then we had like dancing night, like bachata or CC hands. We do have some events with all the girls. We're keeping it to like about 10 people, so it's COVID safe, but they're all very fun. We go to either one of like their houses or things like that, or we meet somewhere in De Pere. So those are my favorite things to do.
Ariana, when you were a student, did you have a favorite hangout?
Yes, these are the things I miss. Definitely like what Mitch was saying, tons of things to do. Just like right outside of campus, lots of restaurants. Stella's is a favorite of mine, always will be, just right outside of campus and walking distance. And I really just miss those weekend nights on campus with friends, whether it was watching a movie in someone's dorm or just hanging out outside by the docks on a really beautiful like fall or spring night. Lots to do on campus, always people buzzing around and groups to hang out with. And really just having that campus involvement helps a ton. Getting together with groups of people and people that maybe you would have never met otherwise. Campus involvement was definitely a big one.
Kat, do you want to finish us off here with a closing?
Sure. Well, we just want to say thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you taking some time out of your evening to learn a little bit more about St. Norbert and for meeting some of our great students and recent alumni. We hope you have a chance to come up and visit campus. Like we said, we are open and having safety protocols in place. So hopefully you get a chance to do that. And feel free to reach out to Cabrini or I. We love getting to know our students. And that's one of the benefits of a small liberal arts college, is that we're with you through the whole process. So thanks again for joining us.
I'm really sorry that we had to cap this at 45 minutes. I got 5 people who definitely love this school and would probably go on for a while of this, but sorry guys, I got to cut you down here. So thank you so much for your presentation tonight. We hope that everybody got a lot of great information. And I think you heard the excitement in all their voices about what a great option we've got available for you up in Wisconsin. So it's worth the trip, isn't it, ladies? Take the trip up, go see the place. And if you can't, and we understand in today's day that might be a little more challenging for you, reach out, connect with Cabrini or with Kat, two, as you can see, very friendly ladies who would be happy to help you out, get you the information you need. So great thanks to both of you as well as our student panel. It's always great to get that real insight there. And Ari, sorry you had to start your first year teaching in COVID, but it sounds like you're doing a great job. So thanks so much for sharing with us this evening. Appreciate it. Last couple of things I want to wrap up with. I'm about to shut the presentation down here, but when I do, just a heads up, there's going to be a brief survey. We're going to ask you a couple of questions. Give us a little feedback about what you thought about our presentation and our program this evening. And then I also wanted to mention to you that, again, this is part of a larger group. We have, I believe, over 370 sessions available for viewing. Still some more to come this week, but definitely a lot of recordings available. So please go back to the IACAC website, check out all the resources we've made available for you. And that includes this one if you want to view it again, or again, if you want to share it with some of your friends who might have missed out and would have enjoyed this as well. So once again, I want to thank you on behalf of the Illinois Association for College Admissions Counseling, as well as for StriveScan for joining us this evening. We hope you found the presentation beneficial, and thank you again to our panelists, and have a wonderful evening. Thanks, everybody.